Hello, church. We are looking at Ephesians chapter 2 for our daily Bible reading. Word of the day is equal. In the first century, as in today, the world likes to divide people into groups. Back in the first century, the main two groups, especially for Jews, were Jews and Gentiles. Gentiles was anyone who was not a Jew, right? Those are your two basic camps of people. In our society now, it's no different. We like to separate people between skin color, black, white, brown. The list can go on and on. We separate people by social class, the rich, the poor, the middle class. We separate people based on political beliefs, Republican, Democrat, Independent, Socialist, Communist, Conservative, Libertarian, right? We come up with all these categories to divide and segment our groups of social interactions or whatever you may be, in that we can demonize those groups, we can affiliate with certain groups. The beauty of the gospel is, as he outlines in the first few verses, that you're not saved by anything you do. You're saved by God's grace. And so that's outlined in verses 8 through 10. But because you're saved, then you have work to do. And there are things you are to do in light of that. But as he goes on in the last half of the chapter, he talks about this oneness in Christ, this equality that we have, which is the one I want to look at. So in verses 14 through 16, how does Paul describe how we are equal with fellow believers in Christ in our country and around the world? And says this: "For he himself, being Jesus, is our peace, who has made us both one and has broken down in his flesh the dividing wall of hostility, by abolishing the law of commandments expressed in ordinances, that he might create in himself one new man in place of the two, so making peace. And he might reconcile us both to God in one body through the cross, thereby killing the hostility." All right, so in these graphic terms that Paul's using here, he talks about how between Jew and Gentile that has now been abolished. There's one people who, if you believe in Christ, regardless of what your background is, you are now freed from all that. And so we should have unity with oneness in Christ, and we should have, once again, just purpose and direction, and this amazing fact that we have peace. We have peace with God, and we should have peace with other people because of what Christ has done for us. So, church, be encouraged by this, that we have equality with fellow brothers and sisters in Christ. All right, church, have a great day.